Hi, my name is Tiffany Burton. I'm here to talk to you today about why we need to implement a mobile teaching and learning environment. The first and most important thing is we need to lay a solid foundation for our kids. We need to teach them how to use these new technologies. Technology is not getting any slower, we're moving faster. We're now communicating with people all across the world in a matter of seconds. I can send an email to Japan and they can get it and reply back to me. And more business is being conducted this way, so we need to start our kids early. We want to teach our fourth graders that yes, there is technology, yes, you can use it responsibly, and yes, it is okay to use this, and it's not something scary that you should be afraid of. I know that a lot of older people have some difficulties with technology, and so if we start our kids earlier, we can teach them how to use these things responsibly. Another point for going ahead and approving our proposal to get the funding is when technology is readily available, students can access the most up-to-date information quicker and easier than ever. These computers or tablets or whatever we decide on are going to teach our kids responsibility. They're going to be able to get on the internet to research the information they need, put their presentation together, and present it to the class. They're not going to have to take a week and go to the library and check out books. They're going to be able to do this in 20 minutes as opposed to the week it would have taken us as kids to get all of our information together. We didn't have access to computers like kids do now. Kids can take more control of their learning environment. Everybody learns at a different pace. Everybody learns at they have different learning styles. So if we have a computer in the classroom the teacher uses and she sets up her program and she sets up how she wants to teach the class and what she wants to teach the class, each kid can get on the computer and they can start their worksheet and we can find out where each different child is getting stuck. So if we have a math problem and it's 3 steps and, kid A can't get past step A, kid B can't get past step C, like he finishes the whole problem, and kid C can't get past step B, we know that we need to go to kid A and say, hey, I see that you're having trouble with this. I want to help you, and we can move on instead of just leaving that kid behind. So this will help us as teachers, as administrative staff, as principals and superintendents. This will help our kids in the long run. I did a little research. I prefer the Microsoft Surface tablet. It has a keyboard, it has a touch screen, so you can touch the screen. Kids would just take notes on it. Like if this was your tablet, you would just take notes on it. You wouldn't have to get out your keyboard and type. You could just write a note with your finger. They have a stylus that comes with it. I preferred this. It has tons of apps that you can download, and it's different from the Apple. Everybody has Apple. Everybody has an iPhone or an iPad or a MacBook, and so I thought that if we did something different, then it would help teach kids that I know it's not Apple and it's kind of scary, but we're going to learn something new. And this would be a great foundation for them. So they have the starting base of Apple, and their next step could be Microsoft so that they would learn a different program. I chose this because you can introduce the kids to the brand new system. I liked the price on it. It was a little cheaper than some of the Apple stuff. The grants for Microsoft were a little less than Apple, but there's still tons of research to be done. The cost for a Surface tablet for all 200 kids would be around $180,000. This is pretty comparable to what you would get for a tablet that's similar in Apple for the Microsoft tablet. This does not include the grants. This does not include any discounts that we would get from Microsoft for buying in bulk or for adding on extra things like the keyboards or the protection plan insurance, anything like that. We want to implement this we would start in 4th grade. So kindergarten through 3rd grade could have their own COW, which is a cart on wheels, COW, COW. And so kindergarten through 3rd grade, that would be great for them to have a couple of cows that they could switch back and forth and share. But in 4th grade, I want to implement putting a cow in each classroom. And so each student comes in 4th grade and they say, Tiffany Burton, you have this. Dennis Roscop, you have this. Mason Schroeder, you have this computer. So everybody has their own tablet. And at the beginning of the day, they get it out and it goes on their desk. And at the end of the day, they put it away and they doesn't go home with the kids. They can check them out if they were sick, but they have to sign a waiver for that, and the parents need to sign the waiver. In 5th grade, The child would take their tablet out in the morning and transfer classes as they would normally and keep going, and they would have their tablet all day long. Now, they would be responsible for getting it to their locker from their classrooms. They would be responsible at picking it up after PE or after lunch, recess, whatever need be. And then in 6th grade, I would like to implement the 6th graders getting their tablet at the beginning of the year, checking it out, being responsible for it all year long, and then bringing it in the last day of school and saying, here's my tablet, I'm all done with it, thanks, and we'll see you again next year. I think that would be perfect. That way 4th grade can start working with it. 5th graders get a little bit more hands-on. And 6th grade, finally, it's all yours to take care of. You can practice at home. They have the basis so that they know what they're doing. They're not just taking home this brand new tablet and being like, oh my gosh, look at all this stuff I need to learn and do and figure out. So they've got some hands-on in 4th grade. In 5th grade, they're getting to actually take it with them and use it in different classes. And in 6th grade, it's theirs to take care of and to keep safe. The advantages for the Microsoft tablets are endless. I mean, we could be saving tons of money on printer paper because paper is expensive and we go through a ton of it. And I can't tell you how many times I have made a copy and realized that it is the wrong copy and I've thrown away 100 sheets of paper. Yes, sometimes if you didn't print front and back, you can use them for scratch pieces of paper, which is great, but that doesn't always work out. So you're using less paper. You may not have to buy textbooks anymore, and textbooks are not cheap. They're about $50 a piece, and that's on the cheap side. College textbooks, like I've paid $350 for my textbook for a math class this semester, so textbooks are not cheap. This could save us a ton of money. It would be cheaper for us to get these kids a tablet and download the book than it would be to buy new books every year or every few years for the kids. Teachers will spend less time grading papers because your papers will be uploaded into your classroom. It'll automatically grade them and put them in your grade book. You will have less time for paras to be spent grading papers and running around and trying to get everything caught up. The students love tablets. It's so fun. They have this. They can take it home, and then it's portable, and they're so excited about it. And kids these days love technology, and so they would get excited about coming to class every day and getting their tablet out of their cart and checking it out and putting it back up, and then, as they get older, they get to take it with them, which is great. Another thing, again, I'm going to circle back around to future employment. We really want to build a solid foundation for these kids. We don't want our kids to go out into the world and be like, well, nobody ever taught us this. Like, we didn't really use computers in my school. Everything is going towards technology. Everybody has a computer everywhere. Every place you go, they have a computer. At the boutique that you buy your clothes from, they have a computer that does all their inventory, that does whenever you check out, they have, the card swipe that you can swipe your card. It's all computer, so you have to learn it, and we have to start teaching these kids now. We want our kids to be smart. We want our kids to go out and cure cancer or cure polio. Well, polio is cured, but cure all these terrible diseases or end world hunger or ... You fill in the blank here. These are our kids. This is our future. We teach our kids, and you're going to look in the paper in 50 years and say, oh, this kid from our area went on and did this and saved this many people, and it's a miracle. And they came from our place, and we did this. We helped this kid learn how to use the microscopes that it took and the slides and how to build a presentation and how to get funding, and we helped him learn this. And so that would be great. Another thing that computers do, it encourages STEM for our kids. And so STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. And like I said, it's all going towards computers, so we need to start our kids young so that they know how to do all this. Why is it even worth it for us to spend all this money on these computers? Our kids are our future, and so if we spend a little money on them, in the end, it's going to come back. It's going to be great for us. We're going to watch them go out there and do so many great things. It's also going to save the money for the school district on paper, on textbooks, on extra stuff that we may not need to have anymore because we've got so much. Everything is so much faster and easier with the technology and the computers and the online classroom that we don't have papers floating around everywhere and textbooks taking up all the space. So we're not going to need as many people to help keep things clean or to sanitize everything and gather up all the papers. Long story short, approve the proposal for our kids to have their tablets.